Welcome back to another Calamity Crofter, and in this episode I'm going to go over repairing the accelerator linkage that had been put back incorrectly when it had obviously been taken apart some time previously. I discovered this when the tank was taken off, and I could see that basically the bar that actually operates the accelerator wasn't positioned correctly, which obviously answered the question, why wasn't the accelerator pressing down properly? So going to go over that. Now, I shot this video when I was doing the stop button, but what happened was obviously I took the stop button away and painted it and left it to dry, and during that time I shot this video for doing the accelerator. So that's what you're going to see just now. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you at the end. Well, in this video we're going to look at the accelerator. So we have the accelerator rod here. Now this is currently working off of hand lever up on the steering column there. Now the problem we have here is there is actually a pedal to obviously do this as well, but it's not working, and I can demonstrate how this is a problem. So I'll show you. So I'm just walking around the other side of the tractor, and I'll press the accelerator and you'll see what happens. So you can see that arm moves up, but it doesn't do anything. So it's obviously meant to be behind this. Now there's obviously something gone on with this. Now when I was doing the stop button, I noticed that the accelerator bar that comes off of the pedal is actually in at an angle. So this has obviously been assembled wrongly at some point, because on further inspection I can see there's two holes down on this plate here, and it's been located in the wrong hole. So let's see if we can undo this, relocate it, and hopefully that's all it needs doing, because after that it's a case of then trying to work with this to position it so that it actually moves the arm. So I'm going to grab a socket. There's two bolts holding this on, so if we undo them, we should hopefully be able to just, actually might even be able to slacken them, and then we'll be able to relocate the rod. So we'll see how we get on with that. Now I believe it's a 9/16 bolt. So I've got 9/16 socket here. So 9/16 socket. Let's see if we can get this moved. It is 9/16, so just slacken that one off. And there's one down the bottom here. Slacken that one off. So you can see the plates come loose there. So hopefully by relocating this, this will hopefully resolve the accelerator pedal not working. So that's that one. And that's that one. So that's now solid again. Let's see what happens now. that should be the, so that's the accelerator on the steering column turned off completely there. So I'm hoping when I press the pedal here, something happens. Excellent. So that's now working, and hopefully that's that issue resolved. Now, so that's that. Okay, so that was an easy fix once I realised what had happened. So now moving on to the next bit. So going to revisit the bolt on the front of the tractor that I was trying to remove before. If you remember, I tried using an easy out by drilling a hole first and then trying to remove the bolt that way. It wasn't going to come out. So my next method of removing that bolt is to weld a nut onto it, and you'll see how I'll get on. Okay, so back to this bolt that is been sheared off in the front bolster of the tractor. So trying to remove this, it's obviously been a pain. I've been actually soaking this in oil for weeks now, and trying to use the extractor to remove it, and it's not been working. So as you can see, I've now welded a nut to the bolt, and hopefully somehow I can remove this. Now, I actually built up a bit of weld inside the hole that I drilled out in the bolt initially to give myself a solid platform to weld to, and then I put the nut on top and welded to that, and obviously made sure the nut was well secured to the bolt. Hopefully that is the case. I welded it on a high power, so that was a high power weld that I put into that to hopefully give it more strength to hold the bolt. So hopefully now it's just a case of dousing this in oil, which I have done, and hopefully try and work it loose, which is going to just require time now. So let's see how we get on with this. So I'll give it some more oil first. And that didn't work, so that's not very helpful. So after me welding to that, it's actually broke the weld back out again. I can try welding that again. I'm gonna have to burn the oil off first, but as you can see, it's not wanting to come out. The other thing that I can do is, if all else fails with this, is basically fill it with weld, grind it off, and drill a whole new hole and re-tap it. Don't really want to do that, but this could end up where that's going, and which is a bit of a problem. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. So still no joy getting this bolt removed, but we'll keep trying and see what we can do. So that wasn't successful, so I'm now going to have to resort to the method that I was really trying to avoid. I'm going to have to drill the hole and re-tap the hole, and I'll bring that to you in another video. So that's going to be an interesting job for me to do. I know I've done that with the smaller bolts on the mount for the air filter in a previous video, but this is obviously on a slightly larger scale, and I really want to make sure that the hole that I put back in is pretty much or very much in the same place as the one that was there before, because the problem I'm going to have is, if I don't get it very, very close, is that I'm going to have trouble with holes lining up with other bits and pieces that I want to attach to the front of the tractor. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, but we'll see how we get on with that. But I'll bring that in a future video. But for now, thank you very much for tuning in and watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Likes as well, please, and any comments are welcome. I'll try and get back to anyone who leaves a comment, ask any questions. But yeah, it's been an interesting challenge, this, and it's obviously going to continue for a while yet. So I hope you can join me again. Thanks.